What's up, everyone? It's Big Sarge, aka Admin Tim from the Sons of Liberty. It's fucking weird how all of a sudden the same people who were triggered by the trans drag whatever mockery of the Last Supper and subsequently promised to boycott the Olympics are suddenly up in arms about a boxer they thought was a man. I like how y'all went from art and culture experts to biologists and geneticists in less than a week. I bet if I followed the money, the source of this manufactured outrage is probably Russia. But I'm not going to do that because it's a lose-lose game. You could cock slap these motherfuckers in the face with facts and tangible proof, and they'd still double down and be like, no, that's alternative facts. It's also fucking weird how the same people trying to ban race and gender studies and get rid of the Department of Education are the same idiotic chuckle fucks saying stupid shit like, if a woman has high testosterone, does that make her a male? And how can a black woman also be Indian? Because their cult Führer said dumb shit in front of black journalists. I mean, never mind the fact that Trump's VP candidate, J.D. Bowman, is married to an Indian woman and thus has biracial kids. So there's a lot to unpack in both of those two examples that I just cited. Each of them could literally be their own rant video. But if you're already following, then you know that I've already covered the Algerian boxer woman and another gotcha truck rant. I'm not going to go off about these goalposts shifting from is a trans boxer to high testosterone makes you a real man because that's low-hanging fruit. Yeah, that was a genitalia joke. I mean, you and I both know that there are actual dudes out there with low testosterone, or as Joe Rogan likes to say, low T. So I'm not going to crush the bro Rogans on how their crowd reveres a guy with low T, but then talks about how it's testosterone that makes you a man. Because I don't need to body shame or biology shame. So instead of throwing out zingers, I'm just going to take this opportunity to let loose with what I really think about the lowest common denominator in all this, the mouth-breathing oxygen thieves who are MAGA cultists. This is how I know that your family tree is a wreath. When you can't fathom the concept of dating outside the same gene pool, which, by the way, you probably wear arm floaties in the shallow end and swim in your own piss. This is what happens when you censor the education system and ban books like the fucking Nazis you so desperately want to emulate. You raise a generation full of idiots. It's even more telling that most of you were also raised by idiots who gave you the same participation trophies that you often rail against. It's like all the hot air you spew has built a climate of dumbassery around your head where the high pressure zone meets the low pressure zone and blows all the facts out of your fucking ears. Motherfucker, you're the reason that we have global warming. A dummy ain't never gonna be dumb in silence. They say the empty can rattles the most. Yeah, that's a Metallica reference, my friend of misery. I'm just fucking flabbergasted at how these ass clowns are gonna be loud and wrong. And when you're proven wrong, it's like you double down and try to beat everyone about the head and the chest with how stupid you are. Admin Tim316 says, get fucked and die mad about it. Hashtag, not sorry, not sorry. 2 claps and a Rick. Woo! Oh, real quick. Some of y'all have been asking in my comment section about Sons of Liberty merch. There's a Shop Now button on the Sons of Liberty Facebook page. And I got to stress the word page because we're not a group that you click the join button. We're a page. And no matter how many times I say the word page, some of y'all are still like, which group do I join? It's a page. You press the like button and then set that motherfucker to favorites so you see our fly, fresh, dope, and fat content. And that right there is a Beastie Boys reference because not only is this the 30th anniversary of Ill Communication, but today, specifically on August 4th, the date that I'm filming this, the Beastie Boys played Sabotage live on David Letterman 30 years ago. Anyway, the Shop Now button on our Facebook page goes right to our Etsy store where you can get some shirts. And just to point out, we have a pride-themed variant and a Black Lives Matter variant of the logo that I'm wearing. So if you really want to piss off your racist neighbors, pick one of those motherfuckers up.